Okay, everything should be firing off right now. Let's see. Today. So, actually, right now we are going to draw a little bit before the early morning stream, as I promised. Yeah. Hopefully today I sound much better for y'all, considering that, yeah, yesterday I was absolutely exhausted. Yesterday I was absolutely darn exhausted. I have no idea even. To be fair, I'm not sure why am I getting so tired. Like, I've came back home and everything should be good. Like, I had a very peaceful day, nothing much was happening, but I guess I'm just tired by the sheer fact that I'm, you know, going back by the fucking, you know, the fucking thing. The travel, right? Because it's like an hour drive, more or less. Yeah. I really want to. I really have to think of whatever I'm supposed to do to. I really want to get more thumbnails, but it's a bit more difficult to focus on it because I have a bunch of other things I have to focus on. But yeah, notably, today's stream might be a bit off, if that makes sense. But yeah, yeah, because, you know, I'm streaming not necessarily on my normal streaming schedule, because I didn't really implement the stream. Let me just... Okay. So yeah. Yep. Today is Sunday, and on Sundays we are drawing. Let me check one thing real quick. I'm going back to work on Thursday now, so I have 4 days off. And I'm starting my night shifts again, so that's good. So yeah, so yeah, it is what it is, right? Right now, what we have a couple character designs to be done. Without any further ado, let's just dive in, shall we? So yeah, this is what we are going for. What I want to finish, it's Azzura, my OC. She's an Eldritch Being, and I really want to finish her, as we're really close to it. And we also have we have already 2 character designs for Pokemon as humans, because we have Whipping Bow and we have Lucario. Both of those I want to finish. There are some other things that I would have to look into. To be fair, I'm thinking actually, now as I'm looking at Lucario, I don't really feel like it's necessarily what I want. Like, I really like the feel of it, but there are some things that I don't necessarily like this band here. I feel like it should be a bit different looking. Like, for example, here Lucario has direct painting of it. So I want to make like a stripe here. I want to make it flow on her nose and actually go like this to the hairline, kind of. And possibly I would want to... I'm thinking about changing the outfit a bit, so we'll have to draw it again, kinda. So that's that. And yeah, Whipping Bell is going to be done. I want to finish it ASAP too. But Azzura is the character we're going to work on right now. And actually we are halfway through the theme that we've already made. in the past, so we'll have Kool-Aid and Nathaniel to be done, actually. And I really want to make it work. So yeah. Okay. All's working now. So. Let's check for all the things here. Alright, so this part is kinda done. I hope so. Not really sure. I mean, it should be good. Yeah, like that. Okay. So basically, I've noticed one thing. I was so about like, oh, I don't want to overshade, but I'm looking at Reno Tuna's artwork and I literally just see, you know, how he's shading his characters is literally like more realistic shading than I've anticipated at first. So yeah, not a biggie actually. And I've noticed he also started to introduce like more shadows into his artworks. So I believe he's now like going through the stuff connected with lights and shadows a bit more. Wait. There we go. I wanted to turn on a light because I'm not sure if my model was working well or not. Now it should be all nice and visible. Yeah. Okay. So now we have to finish the pink parts and then the belts and gold parts, and we'll be done, I suppose. Yeah. Because we are not doing this material shiny, really. None of the material here besides the leather straps, leather belts should be shiny. Oh, hairs, yeah, hairs are also supposed to be done. I'm looking. So yeah, that also will be something we're going to work on. Hopefully today is going to be the day where we are going to finish the character itself. And yeah, feel free to join me if you feel somewhat, you know, inspired by what I'm doing right now. Go ahead. Feel free to do something similar. After all, it's a really nice practice and it's a really good challenge to just give yourself like limitations about the characters and try to make really nice and interesting design after all. I'm really happy that I'm finally progressing with the character without being like God knows how tired. I'm really happy for that. Because now I have... my mind is clear. And that's necessary. So yeah, you can also see that I'm not really paying that much attention to some shadows. I'm just necessarily doing some necessary shadows and that's it, and then adding some darkening, etc. So I'm going from the brighter shadows to the darker shadows. Some people are going from the darkest shadows to the brightest shadows. I've kind of got the way how I'm making my shadows from the realism, and that's actually why I keep going on with the same kind of feel, and why I went for this art style. And I'm looking at Huion Kamvas works because he is, as a matter of fact, using realism painting methods for his anime art style. I haven't seen his, you know, realism, at least if he's, you know, not even sure if he's making any, but what he does for his character designs in anime art style is definitely something special. Also so here's the thing. I believe we've talked already about this, but yeah, I really have to start looking into how I'm making the lines, because I want to speed up my process, right? But the only moment where I should speed up my process are with the necessary things. I can't sacrifice something. If something needs time, it needs time, not necessarily going for, like, you know, things connected with if it needs time, it needs time. You can't really skip much. Like, for example, you have to actually rethink how your light source is going to go, right? You can't just skip right out of nowhere like huge chunk of your process just because you want to speed up, right? Like, of course, it's nice to draw quickly because you can make more artworks in the same time, but at the same time you're sacrificing the quality of your artworks, and then you're starting to actually get a bit lost. So that's why I'm doing so many streams. And yeah, I have to also take cover of some discipline. Like, even if I'm tired, I have to like start like pushing myself, pushing my limits to start doing something much better, especially when I'm tired, because that's the biggest issue I have. Like, when I'm tired, I don't feel like drawing. It is good that you know, it is good to take breaks like that, but I do feel like I need to get some discipline on that, because it starts to really influence me and my artworks. Like, when I'm exhausted, like for example yesterday, that's good, right? But I've started also think like that, oh yeah, maybe I'll draw later. When I'm just slightly tired, you know, like for example, by doing nothing, and it's just procrastination. It's not really being called being tired. It's procrastination, because I didn't really done much. So I'm fighting against it a bit. I'm really fighting against it, and I'm really having issues with some stuff. Okay. Yeah. So it is rather good to just sit down and focus on some random stuff. Let me also check if all the chats are going in. Yeah, okay. I am actually a bit cautious about what's going on. Like, not sure if I've started the chat collecting app too fast or whatever, because if I did, I'll have to, you know, do some stuff. But hey, tell me, how was your day today? I mean, how is your day going on right now? Because it's 14:08 for me, so 2 p.m. as I've promised. And yeah. Yeah. So to be fair, I'm not sure like what to go on about. I'm kinda scared of what's going to be going on the Elden Ring stream. I don't like difficult games. Like, I'm not really raging as much. But yeah. I swear to God, if someone is going to actually take up astronomy, got over here, how copyright has gained. I swear to God, if someone is going to actually like clip what I'm saying right now, that I'm not raging too much, and actually clip all the rages I'm going to have on today's stream from Elden Ring, it's going to be for one golden, but also like goddamn it, you know. How are you, astronomy? By the way, how are you? How is it going? Any good? Hey, glad to hear that. Been doing something lately? Can't stay for long since I have class again tomorrow. Oof, so sorry to hear that. What time is it for you? I've been wanting to make a Vtuber model actually. I mean, if it's about Viroid, I might help you because the model I'm using is actually Viroid and it was made by me. I've made my own model. But yeah, I'm not sure if I ever want to start streaming, but it would be fun. I mean, a lot of bigger streamers are going to tell you the same thing. Stream as a hobby until it's not a hobby anymore. So don't really expect having like thousands of viewers out of nowhere, etc, etc. Don't expect success. Just stream for fun. Like me myself, I am still streaming for fun. This year I wanted to push a bit more of the a bit more like YouTube kind of how to say this, a YouTube kind of YouTube channel growing tactics, there we go. Or at least things that I would want to do. Honestly, I just want to do VTubing for fun. Yeah, that's what matters. Having fun. I wanna use 2D. Well, then over here I might not be able to help you much. I can just tell you that the software you want to use for sure is Cubism Live 2D. But I'm not really sure how how do you do models on a bit higher level. My models so far were pixel art or PNGs for a reason. And yeah, right now I have a model and you know, doing stuff. Not sure on how to rig 2D though. Yeah, me either. There are some tutorials on it actually. There's more and more tutorials on it, but you know how tutorials on YouTube are going. They're not very helpful. So yeah, they're about that, right? There might be an issue with it. Also, recently I've been corrected by a friend of mine because on one of the previous streams I've said that several octopus is octopi, like several instances of an octopus is an octopi. He told me that it's really fucking wrong and something that a lot of people get wrong all of the time, because it's literally the same change as you get for a moose. You get a moose and moose. So it's octopus and octopus. I don't know. Although, Astronomy, do you have your character already designed, though? Like, do you know how the character is going to look like? Oh. Okay. Though I would like some advice on designing your character, I'll post on color sketch maybe this week on Discord. Sure. Go ahead, I would be really happy to give some insight. Let's remember about rule of three colors, like three. It's basically like the idea that three colors for the three main colors for the character is like the perfect amount. So like, you know, we have 1, 2, and 3 main colors, right? Or even 2 colors, just so to say, because like it's about the outfit, not necessarily about the skin, etc. So like we have only 2 colors, and that's still really good for the eyes and stuff. So the main idea is to actually limit the amount of colors you're using when you are going to be already at the coloring stage. So also try to think about the design that would fit within those ideas. There's actually someone on Reddit also asking about the design. Like, oh, but my design is too generic, etc. I don't really like it. The more I'm looking at it, the more I fear that it might not be likable. And basically, here's what I've responded. It's easier. The very clustered character design, it's considered a proof that the artist is not really experienced with character design. Less is better, because the more different attributes your character have, the more clustered it becomes, the more difficult it is to actually look at the character. It's difficult to find the character's face within the design, etc, etc, etc. So it's better to start off with something less, and then you can add onto the character. Like, look at look at Devis, right? Look at the character. Devis don't really have much besides like just some baggy pants and a cloth wrapped around his waist. This is it. But what I'm planning to do is actually adding things like a coat with a fur around. I'm planning to add a mask. I'm planning to change the hairstyles, etc, 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 because this is actually how what Devis has within the comic book. I'm going to make her design owl based. I usually look for color palettes online to use to help with using colors that look good. For the owl, I want astronomy. Try to look also for the references for the Hololive Vtuber. She's also owl based. I forgot her name. Let me quickly Google their talents and tell you, because it's not going to be that difficult to find. Mumei. Look at the Mumei's design, because she has very strict owl-based color palette. So try to kind of differentiate from her design, just so you wouldn't have much issues, for example, from people as that one VTuber who's right now actually trying to copy the I forgot her name too, whatever. If I have a lot of details, it's just about how you balance them. Some characters look good even with lots of details. It's just how they are placed so that it doesn't look cluttered. Caching characters, for example, I know the game is problematic, but it's the only example I know. Problematic? Why so? Anyway, yes, you're right, but actually there, you know, as much as you can add ends on the moment where you are losing like the space. Let me show you the new design that Tuna added to his stream, added to his portfolio. Look, this is what I'm looking at right now. It's based on the Morpho butterfly. There's a lot of details, right? But the design is not cluttered. Why? Because he actually spaced out everything and composed all of it into a good outfit. I'm talking about the not really thought through designs where everything is random places and there's too many of those things, just so like everyone is trying to put in and fill out every single bit of the outfit of the character. Of course, again, it's about the experience that someone has in the character design. Like for example, Huion, as you can see, that his character that he made is, as a matter of fact, done well with many different additional portions, right? Many different additional details. So that's just it. Actually, can you talk a bit more about why Genshin would be problematic? Like, I'm not sure, like, why would it be? Like, so far, what I've seen is, like, people's problem. Like, people's, for example, trying to sexualize characters that shouldn't be really sexualized. Like Klee, for example. But it's not Genshin's issue. Like, for example, League of Legends has Annie, and she's also experiencing the same thing, and nobody looks at it in League of Legends. So, like, yeah, the issue is with people and not the game itself, as far as I've seen. There's a bunch of creeps and weirdos. There's a lot of hypocrites too, because they are trying to expose people for liking certain artworks, saying, throwing some stuff on people, where literally their likes and what they are, like, you know, retweeting proves the fact that they are even worse than those people they are trying to expose. So it's called being a hypocrite. A hypocrisy is something I really hate. I heard Genshin is problematic because of the misrepresentation of some of the characters' race, and also how some of the voice actors were involved in sexual relations to minors. Oof. Okay, gotcha. I haven't heard about this though. Racial misrepresentation. Okay. Gotcha. So a lot of things have happened to Genshin. To be fair, I was thinking about playing some Wuthering Waves though. But the game is meh. Didn't hit the spot I was hoping to get hit. But yeah, I haven't heard about this whole case. I would have to read a bit about it. Too bad, people. But again, voice actors being involved into something is not the... It's not the Genshin's problem. It's the voice actors and their managers' issue. Of course, Genshin should react and, for example, get rid of them from the list. But yeah, like, it's not the Genshin's issue. So it's not Genshin being problematic, it's the voice actors being problematic. I have to, like, I was always the person who was looking at things this way, like, what's exactly going on, because saying that it's Genshin's issue is like saying that developers of Genshin Impact told the character voice actors to do those relations. When I doubt what actually happened, you know? But yeah, misrepresentation of some of the characters' race, it is issue of Genshin. In the recent Genshin update with Natlan, a region in the game supposedly based on Africa, had mostly pale characters, and their Archon is basically described as a colonizer. I mean, it still fits. So like their Archon is a colonizer and we have pale characters, which means there are people from the colony. So it fits the story, but it would be good to see like more of like darker skinned characters just to fulfill the whole story, and for example ending the story with like dropping the colony. So it does actually kind of fit in with the thing. They just made the story like that. It did happen in the world history actually. Thankfully, Africans were capable to fight off the colonizers. There's even a whole book about this too. I don't know the English title, but the Polish title translated to English, it's Heart of Darkness, and it's basically describing the entire story in more of like lore-wise storybook. It's describing stuff that happened while fighting off the colonizers from Africa, from the African people point of view, with the lore-like story behind it, basically. A really good book, actually. It shows a lot of facts that are quite often misrepresented. It's a very old book too, so... yeah. But yeah, it's not misrepresentation of characters' race, because if the region was colonized by pale skinned characters, then you are not going to have the darker skinned characters, don't you think? Like, this story-wise. I'm not sure what's the story of the... like, again, I'm saying this based on the description you've provided me. I'm not sure what's the story of the whole region in Genshin. I don't play this game. But based on what you've provided to me, this is how it looks like. But if there's actual misrepresentation of some of the characters' race, then yeah, it is issue. That is an issue. Of Genshin. So yeah. Like, I believe there's supposed to be a darker skinned character in the roster. Not sure what was his name though. He had like a white and blue outfit, I think. Again, yeah. Like, the game was never of my concern. I'm not really up to date with their stuff. But the story-wise, yeah. By the way, have you seen the character Olorun in Genshin? They were based on a dark-skinned deity, I think. Okay, wait, let me check this, because... Olorun... Genshin Olorun... Graphics... Okay, and I see people washing the character. Okay, so they actually did, yeah. Wait, I need the whole concept of Olorun. Olorun. Oludumare Olorun. In traditional theology of Yorubas and syncretic religions of Santeria and Afro-Brazilian, the highest of the gods. Who started up the act of creation causing existence of Obatala and other Orishas. It's at the same time source of the moral codes. Okay. It's from Voodoo, by the way. Kinda. Okay. So yeah, I would see the character to be dark-skinned, like by the there are like statuettes and other like sculptures of him, and he does look for the dark-skinned deity. Yeah, they fucked it up. Yeah, this is where I can say they fucked it up. Yeah, 100%. They shouldn't really change things like this. That's their issue. 100% their issue. It's like, you know, having like character design, right? And someone is trying to redo your story and just changing the characters' races. Hi Yux, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope your night is going. Sorry, came a bit late. It's okay, it's okay. So yeah, Genshin did fucked up. really badly. And if they have more characters like that, yikes. Huge yikes. Good I'm not playing this game. I think this also happened with Candace, with Genshin designs changing the skin color. One of couple, right? Yeah. Like, it's... come on. To be fair, I would be really darn mad if this would happen to some other things. Yeah, Genshin fucked up pretty badly on this one. But hey, Yux, how are you? Copyright, how's it going? However, gets jump scared at the moment they see a slightly dark-skinned character. Yeah, exactly. Imagine. It's sad to see how colorism is so deeply rooted in media, yeah. Like, come on, like, what's the deal with it? Like, everyone is just a person, no matter what. I'm good, what about you? I'm really great. I woke up at 11 and I fell asleep around 23, so I've slept for over 10 hours, and yeah. Even though I wanted to go to sleep, even though I wanted to not really sleep, but I felt so out of energy and I couldn't really do anything that I was falling asleep behind my desk, and I literally just, yeah, decided to go to sleep anyway. But I wanted to get up at 8. I woke up at 8 and I could get up, but I literally, my eyes, I've blinked and I haven't opened my eyes after that. So yeah, but yeah, astronomy, you are right, it's sad to see it, because like, it gives variety. It makes things more interesting. I understand this, but actually, here's the thing. You shouldn't change previously established designs. I wouldn't mind having Scooby-Doo like starting all over again, having like the older version of the characters still being mentioned somewhere, and having a new team being the team that is right now here. Because the biggest issue that everyone had is that they've changed the designs out of nowhere. You know? That was the only reason why people were angry. Because nobody fucking cares about what's, like, literally not that many people, as some would think, because practically no one cares about, like, what the character's color is. But actually the issue is with the changed previously established designs, because we were growing up with those and it's just nostalgia for us. Why not just making a whole new story, what they've still done, and just implementing different fucking characters? Like, why? This is the main reason why. So that's the only thing. That's the only problem that everyone has. Even I've seen some, like, you know, people of color speaking about this too, that it starts to be a bit forced. And they don't really feel well about this too. So it's like, I don't know what they are trying to do at this point. Like, I'm not saying it is good to have like a difference in, like, you know, differences in the characters, because it's good. It makes things more interesting. Like, for example, we have even in this team we have a Nathaniel, right? An angel that is sort of battle mage. He spawns weapons out of his book, actually, and that's the whole character. So, like, it doesn't matter. I've made this design, and that's it. I don't care about anything else. Being an Arab and seeing Candace's design being whiter than paper is what had me tweaking. Yeah, I would also be mad actually. Autocorrect. Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. Lol. But yeah, I do see it. I do see why would you be mad. I would also be mad about this. And that's the huge issue that they would have to deal with. Like really deal with it, because yeah. Also, Yux, have you drew something today? Like, to be fair, we're nearly finishing this design already. Like, I just have to work on the belts and stuff. Let me see. Never mentioned this, Davis, but like, the way you shade clothes is phenomenal. Thank you. Thank you. It really matters for me. To be fair, I'm very insecure about this one part. It really matters for me. I'm doing my best. Really. To be fair, it did come from the realism, because I've been drawing realism for a bigger chunk of my life. Like, for example, this, right? So you can, it's not like the best for the cloth, actually. It looks very satin, and it should be more of a like a linen kind of cloth. So it should be actually it should be more rigid and have more of a sharper lines, because right now it looks way too soft. But yeah, it did came from the realism. I'm just translating it for the anime rules, basically. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. I'm looking through the gold and stuff to actually have everything working well. I guess I should actually start with the belts. Huion. Also, for those who are just starting, don't worry. Like, because I'm showing off and talking about realism so much, but you don't really have to draw realistically to be good at arts. What you need to do, even though I draw a bit in semi-realism, I still struggle a bit in shading cloth low. Yeah, it's because of the practice, right? I've been sitting in character design for most of my artistic journey, and it's 14 years already. So, like, I've learned a lot of things connected with our character design. Like, you know, when it comes to shading too, like, you know, skin, eyes, hairs, clothing, different materials of clothing, so like leather, latex, shiny cloth, more rigid cloth, jeans, like everything has its own like hardness, softness. It has its own like like light retraction or reflection. So it is something I am still taking from the realism, because it's, you know, I'm just using the natural way of the things being. But as a matter of fact, you don't have to even draw realistically. You can just reference the realistic view, right? You just need to know the rules and how things are going. You don't have to spend years on learning how to draw in realism, because that's just a waste of time. You can just, for example, look at people, how big are their like, you know, arms, hands, head, torsos, legs, feet, etc., just to learn the realistic proportions, because that's what doesn't change no matter of the art style, because like the lengths of all the limbs are still the same as long as it's not like a monster or something. And that's it. It's not really like deeply connected with drawing people. You just can draw the construction, which is just simple shapes, and that's it. Same for the shadows. You can look at how those things are looking like, but you can just draw it in like different in a different style of shading, but still you are going to have the same imitation of a shadow. Art is about placing an illusion of something on the paper, right? I'm not drawing a human, I'm not drawing a half-human eldritch being that's, you know, humanoid squid or something, because it doesn't exist, right? There's no light in this, there's no shadow in this, it's an illusion of all those effects. So yeah, I had a funny art-related story one time. I was drawing an OC and I was using this guy I was sitting next to as a reference for clothes folds, and I didn't even realize he noticed me staring at him. It happens, yeah. I was actually drawing during class, and I was like drawing people, drawing like other stuff, and I was like, you know, doing different things basically. And like some girl noticed that I'm drawing based off of her, because I was doing similar thing, and she thought that and she like walked to me, oh, I have a boyfriend. Like, okay, I don't fucking care about you. Like, why? oh, you are drawing me, right? And like, you know, just because I draw you doesn't mean I'm like, there are like any feelings involved in this process. I'm just, and also I'm not drawing you, I'm just referencing the pose you've had, right? You were doing. And she looked at the artwork and like, don't draw base off of me ever again. Like, okay, fuck you, I guess. Like, some people do take things personal too. Some things can get really personal. I just stare him down. ADGAF. Eatguff. Oh, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Got it. That's crazy, I'm telling you. Also, I'm going to be fair, I'm going to... If I'm going to finish this character on the stream, I'm going to download all of the streams I've had while drawing Azzura, and I'm going to make a speed paint out of this. Hope that works for you. Because if someone wants to like see the whole process in one go... What's y'all's type? What you mean? What type are we talking about? I like fire Pokemons. You're typing like who you want to be your level. Oh, I don't really have a type. I just want to be loved. That's it. It doesn't matter for me if the girl, you know, is a bit chubbier or if she, you know, as long as the person is healthy, there's nothing threatening their life. You have a pure heart, lol. No. Damn it. I mean, for me, looking at someone's physical appearance and basing your view on this person is a bit cruel, to be fair. Because, like, you don't know what's going on. Like, for example, let's say there's a girl that fell in love with you. She's slightly chubby, but not like, you know... I like shy boys, that's it. Oh. So, like, yeah, the thing is that, like, you don't know, maybe, for example, that girl has some problems with her hormones, right? Because it might also influence, for example, very poor body metabolism, right? Man, my type is basically tall and funny. Like, the reason I had a crush on this one guy was just the fact that he made me laugh. Also had a nice smile, I see. I like shy people. To be fair, I'm a bit shy. Not related totally, because like I'm saying, you know, just I'm a shy. You had some good points, Davis. Well said. It's just about the how the person is. I wouldn't want to be with, like, you know, with a person that's going to just bring me down all of the time or force me to, like, stop doing everything I'm doing and just focus on her. Like, I have a hobby, she might have a hobby, I'm going to support her with her hobby, hopefully she would support me with my hobby, and that's it, right? Like, we have our lives, we are going to have some other things that we are doing. If, for example, her hobby would be going around the world, I might support her and go around the world with her, right? My hobby is drawing, so, like, you know, I am going to have some times where I'm just going to draw, but also it's not like I'm going to push my hobby above everything, right? Like, for example, I also have work. Even though I'm drawing at work, it's not like I'm not fulfilling my tasks that I have to do, right? I'm just drawing when I have some moment to actually sit down and draw. But yeah. Also, you wouldn't hear me saying that, you know, physically. I'm very darn embarrassed talking about those things in public. I really hate it. Like, everyone at school, for example, was constantly talking about their types and, like, you know, different girls, right? I've never really responded at all. But I guess it's still also how their personality collides with mine. That's a nice one, me. So yeah, like, you know, as I'm saying, it's all about this feeling of a support, and that's it. That's what even makes a family. If the family doesn't support each other, it starts to fall apart. And of course, like, like, you can be attracted to the person's appearance, but when both of you are going to hit 80 years old, what then? Like, both of you are going to be wrinkled up like dried prunes. Or what? Like, you are going to exchange your wife just because she's getting older for someone younger and more beautiful? No, that's not how it's supposed to look like, and some people think it's okay. Also, it's not like we are always going to have the butterflies in our stomachs. Like, after all, you know, love is not necessarily... Love does shows at the first with something like that, but later on it disappears because, like, you are with that person. Doesn't last, so find someone who will love you, yeah. Love and support, that's all. I mean, yeah, a person is attractive, but if they are a horrible person, does appearance really matter? Exactly. Does it? Not really. Absolutely. For example, I'm working right now 11 hours, right? And after work, I really don't want to just start... Like, after coming back from home, I don't want to start resting from arguing with my significant other because of something, just because she's toxic, right? Because, like, you know, let's say, like, arguing does happen, but when the person is trying to do everything to start an argument, it's just a toxic relationship, and there are people like that. As a matter of fact. He's a 10, but he's a fortune user. Hell no. Exactly. I mean, you know, there are normal people that are on fortune too. You know? Like, I've had several really nice talks with people that are fortune users. they're not showing all, like, I haven't really seen anyone, like, here's the thing, I haven't really, I've met with those people and I haven't, I wouldn't guess that there would be, for example, a 4chan user if they wouldn't tell me. But it's always like, yeah, it's my guilty pleasure, I'm just going there, checking out like what people are doing and saying, yada 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 yada. So it's like, you know. I keep pulling girls even you thought I'm straight. Even though I'm straight, like, to be fair, on streams I might be a bit more interesting. Let's say it like, yes, I am saying that because I know myself, like IRL. So on stream I am a bit more interesting. So quite often it's very difficult for me to like even walk up to someone and talk. It's very difficult for me to like both get courage and find topics because it's so awkward IRL. Yeah, exactly. I'm very awkward IRL too. Whenever I think of fortune, I just think of, if you know, yeah. But actually, a lot of fortune users are tracking down and getting those people out. They don't want them to be associated with their community. A lot of fortune users are actually like, you know, looking into getting those people's IPs, etc. And really quickly like sending reports to the police even. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, again, like I'm very boring IRL, so it's very difficult for me to even find like topics to talk about. Like as much as I can talk is like art, anime, manga, comic books, art, like, yeah, art. I think I've already said art, but yeah, art. I don't know how to really talk about anything else, like, that is a bit problematic, to be fair. But I have my own interests, and I just, you know, like, what else can I talk about with people? I'm fun at parties, and I'm so extroverted, and my friends hate me for that. I'm very introverted. I hate big, like, bigger groups of people. Especially when I have to talk to all of them at the same time. It's very difficult for me to find, like, a place where I should look. Like, I think I've kind of messed up my interview because of it. Because I've almost became like police, you know, police person for telecommunication. And just because of my freaking introverted ass, most likely I didn't really got the job. I don't like when people are screaming at me. It gives me PTSD. Also, I'm still waiting because tomorrow I'm going to actually try to sign for my first visit for with psychologist. Of both, usually I'm only quiet when I don't know someone, but when I'm comfortable with them, I get more extroverted. To be fair, it's more easier for me to talk when there's only one person. Actually, like, even if it's like very new person that I've met, when I'm one-on-one with this person, I don't see any issues. People think I'm weird in my country because I don't speak my tongue language fluently. I just read books out of insecurity. Like, over here, it's very difficult to find someone who would speak English on my level. Like, my country people. Because we have also some folks from abroad. But, like, my country people, like Polish people, are very shocked that I'm speaking English rather fluently. They're always repeating like, oh yeah, that's good you are speaking because nobody in our department is speaking English. And like, how the fuck does that happen, right? Like, why not English? It's literally the most common language right now on the internet too. They speak German, French. Why the fuck they are not speaking any English? Something clearly happened that it didn't work well. Most of them absolutely hate me because they think I see myself as better and cooler. Jealousy is such a powerful emotion, yeah. And actually certain groups of people are in fact dealing with really harsh jealousy. Moments, to be fair. They actually do deal with a lot of very difficult to deal with jealousy. Like, for example, my colleagues are also trying to make my life literally a literal hell because they were fucking up one project, and in like first week I've came in, the boss guy told me to do something that they quote-unquote supposed to do, but they didn't. And basically they've got very jealous of me because, you know, they've been dealing with this project for a year, and I've came in and I've just finished this project for them in a week. So yeah, in their eyes, I'm most likely an enemy number one. I don't fucking care even. Like, if they have something to do, they can just request not working with me. I don't fucking care. But yeah. Things do happen on a bit more difficult note when you have to deal with people. As a matter of fact, dealing with people is the most difficult part we can live on. You know? I really don't recommend working at hotels or especially, or you know, in supermarkets, especially in supermarkets. Like work at the supermarket sucks. Like, some people think they wouldn't be, like, for example, I know people who say that they don't see themselves in a different job than in supermarket. And this is exactly what supermarket does to you. Like, it's literally closing your eyesight on possibilities and how little possibilities you are getting whilst, like, you know, spending your lifetime in a freaking supermarket. People don't see it, how much they are messing up their own life. Of course, there are people who finished whole schools for that, right? There are people who want to, like, go further on the ladder, like becoming managers, then regional manager, right? And other things. Work is... They fucked up her shoes. Kinda. But I don't really see much. You can't really see much of her shoes, to be fair. But yeah. Okay. Now, did I fucked up the shoes really as much as I think I did? Hmm. Like, this boot actually should be a bit more in darkness. Like this. Yeah, because this shoe is slightly more to the side. And... is that all? Okay. Okay. Folks. So, soon we are finishing this character, that's nice. And soon, as a matter of fact, we are also soon we are going to play some Elden Ring. First Souls-like, typical Souls-like, that I'm going to deal with on the stream. Hopefully you are ready for whatever is going to happen there, because I can assure you things won't be pretty. To be fair, I've noticed that there are some elements and moments where I'm just really quickly drawing something and it does create a shape I want, and that's literally it. Like, you know, the way how I don't really have to spend God knows how long, as some do, just to, for example, draw a bell. Okay. All right. So, folks, how are we feeling so far? You know, nearly ending the character. Like, literally only hairs are left right now. Which was this VTuber you were talking about with the owl design? Mumei. Nanashi Mumei. She has a very specific design and her colors are literally a color of a typical owl. And to dodge the bullet, I would recommend, you know, at least making very different design from what she has, just so people wouldn't really pay much attention to things. Because recently they've started going ballistics on people's VTuber designs, especially when they are very familiar looking. Okay. So yeah. Okay, it's alright though, since I'm using a very different design for my character, so hope no one accuses me of stealing. I mean, they shouldn't, because you can't really copyright the colors, but if your character looks very similar, then yeah, people can actually throw some accusations against you if it's looking very familiar to what you made as. You know, just informatively, because there's been recently a drama going on about this. I wonder if Tuna has any bird-based character designs. Yeah, he does. He does, yeah. Let me quickly check. I believe this one. Koi, sloth, ant, dandelion, strawberry, crocodile, spider, BSOD, chess, Listerine, Powerade, Taiyaki, blueberry, Mako. There we go. That's another. Silkworm, golden eagle, butter cookie, battery, black hole, Andromeda, banana, cloud, belladonna, harpy eagle, thumbstack. So harpy eagle is the second one. Honey badger, cheese, Game Boy, party poppers, kingfisher, sunflower, blackberry, penguin, magnet, lemon, black goldfish, Christmas, husky, Discord, CCTV, shower, hornet, telephone, coconut crab actually, wind chime, electric eel, swallow, male, okay, swallow, here we go. There's chameleon actually, sweet potato, walrus, poison frog, pudding librarian, pipe fisher, pelican, sea urchin, pumpkin, volcano, Okari? Okay, so here's first one. You have a golden eagle. I think he also has owl designs. I think so too. It's difficult to find now. He has many things on his art station. Here you have harpy eagle. Here's swallow. Here's pelican. And here's macaw. So yeah, Rhino Tuna actually does a lot of different character designs based, for example, on the animals. I was also thinking about doing this. McMuffin, King Cobra, Magpie, Otter, Perfect, Alloy, Shrimp, Grape, Doberman, Hammerhead Shark, Candle, Nautilus. There we go, Snowy Owl. There you go. An owl. And actually... Hi Yui, glad to be here. How are you? How's it going? I did miss you so much. How are you? So this is the Rhino Tuna's Snowy Owl. Rhino Tuna, yeah. I'm basing all of my artworks off of him. I mean, yeah, my art style. Actually, not artworks, but art style. So basically, you can see that we have very similar, like, painterly feel going on. I am really trying to reference a lot of his shading, and as you can see, he does a lot of shadows. The thing is that I've been trying to limit my shadows, but not, for example, for this one. So basically, the thing is... I want to buy his book so bad. I've got his full... I've bought his full tutorial on Colossal. Yep, I've got his Colossal thing. I'm rewatching it several times over and over again, so I do reference my style off of him. And I am trying to look into things. I'm doing his master studies, etc, etc. And you can see that I am getting really close to what he does, but I'm doing things slightly differently just because, you know, I'm not him. You've got to share it, Jay. I mean, I could. But it might be a bit difficult. But yeah. Oh my god, I fucking love his art. So yeah, I am really trying to get around his style. Like, first thing, here's the thing, when you're developing an art style, you want to establish what you want. And the moment you establish what you want, it's easier for you to actually develop the art style because you know what you're aiming for. I've been aiming for more painterly vibes because I've been drawing oil painty like realism before, right? I've learned several like techniques from oil paint masters, yada yada yada. And I've been doing so much of the like works that it's very difficult for me to get typical cell shading, etc. And I've looked and I found him and I was like, that's exactly the style I'm going for. Like literally, this is everything I need. Absolutely everything I need. Like all the shadows, everything, all of it has so much like realism into it, yet it's so anime-like, and I really want to get his ideology in the artworks because according to his tutorials, everything he does is still connected strictly with the realism. The way how he does actually the realistic feel to the actual lights and shadows, he actually does all the physics connected with the realism, etc. It's just the anime characters. Everything else is realism, and this is exactly what I've been hoping to achieve. So yeah. There's so much going on, so yeah. The way he draws anatomy is so clean, yeah, but it's actually a lot of like... Those are years of experience. Those are years of experience. I mean, you could see me sketching like that before too. You could see me really doing similar things before already. When I was sketching. With different effect, but you know, it's about learning, so everyone can actually achieve similar levels. Oh yeah, the hairs. We were supposed to draw hairs now. Yeah. And how are you, Yui? Have you drew something recently? Hmm? Are you resting well? Actually, I do hope that you can see the style within my art style. Because like what's the point of, you know, referencing the style and looking into his methods when the styles are not really even close to each other. I feel like mine is more messy. Okay. And here we are. So yeah, basically my yesterday my day was a bit more difficult, to be fair. I literally kind of fell asleep at work. Just for a bit. Not really that much. Okay. Oh my. So yeah, to be fair, I'm a bit exhausted still, but it's getting good. It is getting good. Yeah. So yeah. Mm, yeah. Okay. I've noticed that Rina Tuna is really spending some time on the hairs he's drawing. Like when it comes to Arya, yeah, her hairs are looking slightly differently. What I've done here for Azzura also kind of looks a bit different, to be fair. By the way, Davis, I sent a rough sketch of my character on Discord, the owl one, if you want to see. Sure. Sure. Click. Click. Okay. Okay. Looking good. There's one thing I could point out, if I can. Would you mind? Go to sleep very soon, actually. Yeah, it's fine. The eyes are a bit too high. As you, for example, I assume you've used this technique. Actually, the eyes, we want to draw eyes below the line in the middle, even slightly more below, like this, because over here there's the eyelid line, and there will be the eyebrow. That's the only thing. Besides that, it's looking fantastic. I really like it. reminds me a lot of some of those Black Clover characters. Okay, I wanted to make her eyebrows very low. How the face of an owl is like. Take the tip though, thanks. You can still make the eyebrows lower, and that will just give the idea of deeper eyes. Because if the eyebrows are lower, right, the eyes are deeper. Because that gives the idea of the eyebrow bone being slightly lower too. So it's kind of going to cover the character's eyes. As a matter of fact, even might look like that if you want. And that will actually give a very similar idea what owls have. So yeah, that is, as a matter of fact, really good idea. Very good. But Disney wanted to know how to make it look more owly. For sure, owls have like very short face, very short head, so kind of like this. And we would want to give the character a bit lower nose compared to the mouth. Would have the eyes. And eyebrows right above the eyelids, like this. It would also give the characters the round glasses. That's already like personal accessories, but like it does give more owly feel. But yeah. So it is going to be more difficult, but for sure, like the shortness of the owl's face is going to be the key. That's 100% going to make the character more owly. Though I didn't want to make her face smaller since like it makes her look a bit more like a kid. Yeah, it does make sense, yeah. Shoot. Now that's a question. How we could make it just so it would give more hourly vibes? Huh. That would need some experimenting. Maybe like I can try to focus more on the clothing style than the face. Yeah, that might work well a bit more. Yeah, that might actually be a bit better. Because like the only thing that comes to my mind would be making like very huge head with very small face, and that's going to be, that will make like adult looking character with just bigger, like with more like shorter head. But unfortunately it's going to make the character more comical. Like for example, this statue of Julius Caesar, right? His head was based on an owl, but unfortunately it looks kind of comical. It looks kind of like a joke. I'm gonna go to sleep now, but see you next stream though. See you next time, Astronomy. See you next time. Good night. My glasses are falling constantly. I don't know why. I have huge issues with my glasses, like they don't want to sit on the face. Mm-hmm. Okay. We are not done yet. We still need to do highlights on all the stuff. But I'm not sure if I should do highlights on the hairs, kinda. Yep. I'm really happy that we are finishing Azzura. We are zooming through the character designs. That's really nice. I mean, we are drawing now mostly character designs. I want to finish at least those 4 characters, because then I could start making illustrations with them. Right? So, yeah, we are going to finish those 4, then I would want to, you know, like add whatever. Like, you know, just some additional stuff. Like, I'm still waiting for the moment to where I'll think that it's going to be the best moment to start doing the Vroid models, because I'm literally itching to do it. And I think I'm going to make it in the next week. Like, you know, just we're going to work a bit on the whole life Vtuber Vroid. We will see who's going to win the roulette. Like, the challenge is that I would want to make it all within like its entirety within the Vroid, so we'll see about like Mumei's lamp, etc. Because she has like a lamp connected to her outfit, actually. Okay. That's it. So basically, you can see that I didn't really do much for the clothing when it comes to the highlights. It's because her clothes are not really as shiny as, you know, as for example, the buckles, etc. Because over here, this is like a reflective material, right? It's metal, it's gold. It's really reflecting a lot of the lights, right? And her hairs are also going to reflect slightly more hair, because, you know, the natural oils that we have in our body, etc, etc. On top of that, those clothings are just cloth. It's just cloth. There's nothing else to it. So yeah. Let's give me a moment to see if... Yeah, there is some parts of the line are visible, so let me... Especially like here. I want to cut some things out to actually keep everything in line. Okay, we're done. We've finished design of Azzura. We actually finished her. Wow. It took us how many parts of the... 4. It took us 4 parts, I think, plus 1... No, 1 for sketching, 1 for line art and for like correcting the sketch and flats, and now the shading and correcting the line art itself. Okay, yeah, that's huge. That's cool. That's really cool. It does change the visibility of it, so I've just made some one color lines and that's it. So yeah, we did complete the Azzura already. That is a finished character design. Save like this. Now as PNG. Okay. So for those who are interested, how did it actually look like? Here's the sketch, right? The construction. On top of that, we drew this. Cool, right? Look closely. There are some design things that actually changed in the last version of the design. Now tell me, does that look closer to Rino Tuna's art style? Is it better? Here's Aria, for example. Aria, Azzura. Like, both of them were kinda made with similar stuff. I think I still need to work a bit more on like where to place certain folds and where not, because that's also going to change stuff. Like, for example, I really like how Aria got her folds, right? I also have to start paying more attention towards like where am I placing the actual like color changing thing, right? Also the I totally forgot about one more thing, which is the line that actually supposed to be here and there. Okay. Yeah, it's easier to get things like that. paint even more blue. Okay. Okay. First in here and second in PNG. Okay. Yep. Alrighty. This hat kinda looks like it's made out of like very shiny material, but yeah. We did complete Azzura. It took us 2 hours and 30 minutes. Because I didn't really pay much attention to that. Like, I didn't really pay much attention to work things out right at the beginning of the stream, so I started drawing right off the bat, which is good. But, folks, since that's it, I'm going to say thank you, Yui, for being active in the chat on Twitch, and thank you, Astronomy and Nukes, for being active in the chat on YouTube. Also, thank you all workers that appear here for this on second. Their support really means a lot to me, and meanwhile, stay creative, and I see you all in 3 hours. Bye bye.